Hare Krishna. When you feel far from God, don't question God, question your feelings. When we go through life and try to keep ourselves devoted to God, there are times when we feel God's presence intensely, when say we chant His holy names, or when we take darshan of His deities, or at other times when at such times we feel that He's close to us. And at some times we may feel that He is far from us, and at such times we may our devotional service may seem lifeless and joyless. So at such times it's easy to start questioning the sweetness of devotion to Krishna, or even the existence of Krishna himself. We may well start feeling that Krishna doesn't exist or doesn't care. However, the scriptures tell us that Krishna always exists, and He exists close to us in our own hearts. Sarvasya cham vidhisannivishto. It says that He resides in the heart of all living beings. So now, when we feel far from God, often our tendency is to question God. God, why can't I feel You? Why can't I hear You? Why can't I taste Your sweetness? Rather than questioning God, we can instead question our feelings. Because as a matter of ontological reality, as a matter of fact, Krishna never moves away from us. He is eternally close to us in our heart. So when we feel far away from Him, now the soul also, from the point of view of ontology, from the nature of existence point of view, the soul is situated in the region of the heart, and that's where the soul stays always. So if the soul has not moved and God has not moved, then what is the reason for the feeling of distance? That is because our feelings have changed, and we don't give absolute jurisdiction or authoritative decision-making power to our feelings alone, even in our day-to-day life. Now, when students want to study, are studying for an exam, it is not that just because they don't feel like studying, they just give up the studies, they quit their academics. Or if someone starts working for a job, and especially if somebody moves from education to employment, so in education one can almost like bunk classes at any time. One has summer winter vacations, and as compared to that, employment is quite demanding. And yet people who are responsible, people who are committed to their careers, don't let their feelings alone determine whether they will go for work or not, whether they will apply themselves to their work or not. So when we don't feel joyful, when we don't feel Krishna is close to us, at that time we need to, rather than letting those feelings give them final authority for deciding our commitment to bhakti, rather we should subordinate those feelings to scriptural truth and continue persevering in the process of bhakti. The Bhagavad Gita explains the philosophy in terms of the three modes of material nature, and it states that because we go through the three modes, because our mind often flickers through the various modes, so quite often, especially if we get affected by the lower modes, by passion or especially ignorance, then perception of Krishna becomes very difficult. And certainly even if we may intellectually understand Krishna, we can't experientially connect with him. And that's why he may feel far away from us. So, by questioning our feelings, we can understand that actually the feelings during which I feel far away from God, those feelings are the products of the lower modes of material nature. And rather than collecting these feelings, determine the fate of my spiritual practice, determine the strength of my spiritual practice, I have let the scriptural truth give me the inspiration, the impetus to continue my spiritual practice. And as our consciousness rises from the lower modes to the higher mode, towards goodness and beyond, towards transcendence, then more and more we will relish Krishna's presence, and we will realize that he is always close to us. And he was there close to us even when he seemed temporarily far away.